we start with the President. Akufo-Addo has charged the newly constituted Emolument Committee to be mindful of the prevailing economic conditions in the country in making recommendations on the salaries, allowances, facilities and privileges payable to Article 71 office holders. The committee, chaired by the immediate past chairman of the Public Services Commission, Dr. Janet Fofie, is to make recommendations in respect of emoluments and other privileges as specified under the Constitution and examine any other relevant matters which the committee will deem appropriate to its work. President Akufo-Addo wants the committee to be mindful of the state of the Ghanaian economy in their recommendations.
Must indicate that in recent times, a lot of public discourse surrounding the remuneration of public officers has centered primarily on those of Article 71 office holders, and whether or not, notwithstanding the constitutional imperatives, we are deserving of what is being paid to us in view of the challenges currently confronting our national economy. It might well be that your work should also focus on these concerns and make recommendations on how they should be addressed. The task ahead of you is a challenging one, and it is my expectation and hope that you'll be up to it and deliver your report expeditiously. You have my full support to undertake this assignment, a show of government's assistance if needed throughout the period of your work.
The five-member committee also includes former Minister for Planning, Professor Jan Bafo, and Chief Executive Officer of the Fair Wages Commission, Ben Arthur. Chairperson Dr. Janet Fofie is hopeful the committee recommendations will be fair to all sectors. Now, let's stay a while more on this as we consider the implication of the expected outcome of the work of this committee on the national purse, particularly in the wake of the debate regarding cost of paying ex gratia on the economy. Now, Mr. Vitus Axim is an anti-corruption crusader who joins us live with more. Mr. Axim, we're grateful for your time here on News Desk. How does the constitution of the committee come to you?
Well, it is not surprising. It's something they do every 4 years, like a ritual. And some of us have had problems with it because when somebody, a public officer, is appointed, given employment, you are issued a letter with your terms and conditions of service, stating your salary and whatever. So I don't know why in the case of Article 71 officials, you have to always wait for 4 years and approve their emoluments. This committee is now going to start sitting, and it will be finally be put given to Parliament to approve for the executive, and given to the executive to approve that of Parliament. And it happens every year. But you see, you cannot continue to be improving upon people's salaries and allowances every year, considering our present predicament. If you revise based on inflation and other things, like the concession you give to public officers, in public service, that's fine. But the terms should not vary. If it's every 4 years, four completed months of service, 4 months for each completed year of service, it should remain that. And only the figures, the amounts will vary. But if you also continue to revise the months, like instead of 3 years, you send it to 4 years, to 5 years, to 4 months, 5 years, that is not good enough for us as a country. We cannot sustain this. And even, part of the problem is that certain people, public officers have found their way into this Article 71 unofficially and retire on their salaries, bring a heavy burden on the budget, especially the year after we hold elections and a new government comes to place. You see the people, the beneficiaries, scrambling for payments.
Right. Mr. Axim, I mean, considering our current economic circumstances, did you think, or do you think this constitution should have been commissioned at all?
Well, it is a constitutional requirement, and the president will be failing in his duties if he does not do that. But then the commission should take into consideration our present predicament. The commission can just say, oh, the way the current, the previous government and previous leaders benefited is enough. Let's maintain it. They don't necessarily have to change it, and probably revise it for inflation. But what I know is that they will fix a salary, and then every year they will adjust it by 20%, and that will be carried forward to the 4th year when they have left office. Used to calculate to pay them arrears, but also used to pay them end of service benefits. And I think that is not the best for us. Their salary should be determined at the beginning of their term of office, so that we all move along as public officers.
So moving forward, what should have been the appropriate decision to take on this matter?
I am saying that the appropriate decision is for the commission to say that let's maintain the status quo. Let's maintain the current conditions of service for Article 71 officers. But let's make an adjustment for inflation, because workers have had their salaries increase in the last 3 or 4 years. So it would be unfair to not adjust for inflation, but then the conditions should remain the same.
Grateful for your time, sir. Dr. Vitus Axim there. Now, the chairperson, Dr. Janet Fofie, is hopeful the committee's recommendation will be fair to all concerned.
As a retired Article 71 office holder myself, I'm keenly aware of the significance of this committee. I'm also aware of the sometimes very heated debates in our national conversations over the years on this matter. It is my hope that the committee will get valuable insights, views, inputs, and support from all stakeholders to enable us to deliver a comprehensive and timely report to His Excellency for your consideration and approval.